Taurus, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a reading for the month of December. We're going to take a look at the past, present, and future, see what all those look like. If we like the outcome, that's great. If we don't, just remember this is something that you can control. These are moving pieces. I'm just getting a reading of the collective, just getting the vibe and the energy of what is going on. And this is things that you can change. And so all laws of attraction, you can raise your vibration and change the outcome. This is all dependent on you. You are the controller of your own destiny. So we're kind of going in, kind of like getting a sneak peek into that so that you can kind of make the best out of your situation, the best out of your life, and get the guidance that your guides want you to have. I do have a video about manifesting, so if you want to take a look at that, it kind of helps you figure out how to navigate that, how to make the right changes for you. But let's go ahead. Get a vibe right now. This is going to be the vibe, the energy of this month, maybe what you're currently going through. Let's see. The Masquerader, hiding your true self projection. So there's, I'm not going to say an identity crisis here going on, but maybe some of you guys are having a hard time kind of bringing yourself out, your true self. Maybe just because I'm getting so many information, again, a lot of you guys coming in, so I'm getting a sense of possibly because you want to people please, you want to please other people, but no one really knows your true self. And let's be honest, like every person gets a different version of ourselves because we create little scenarios for ourselves within each people. Like you have this friend that's here for this part of you and accepts you in this side, and this accepts this side of you, versus where another person, you are completely different. You have a different set of attitudes, a different set of beliefs, because you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you want to be their friend, so you don't want them to judge you. So there is a sense of like not being yourself, not showing your true colors. And I'm getting a flip side of, I do sense like they're like the word here, projection, is here, that you're projecting onto other people. Again, that comes with that aspect of you kind of create like different scenarios in your head from different people, and so they act according to what you need. But that being said, it's like you aren't fully yourself, and like you're just bits and pieces for other people, and I think that might be kind of getting to you a little bit. Or somebody, and I don't know why I'm getting this for a relationship aspect, so take this in with a grain of salt, right? Because it doesn't have to be a significant other, but it could be family, it could be friends. This card is showing me something along the lines that someone wants you to be something that you're not, or you're having a hard time changing yourself. That like might be a quality that is needed within the relationship, right? But it's also not you. And so there's like this back and forth of like what is right, what is wrong. And we're going to dig deep into that, because I do get a sense of like you almost losing yourself in this process. So whether or not that's healthy or not, let's just get a deep dive, see what's going on in the past, present, and future, so you can see what this card actually is talking about. So if anything resonates right now, definitely leave a comment, especially because people don't want to feel like they're alone. I think it's great to build a community. But let's just do one more. I feel that's right. Oh, yeah, this is another card. I was looking for that card and I couldn't find it. Now, let me shuffle it one more time, because there's two cards in this deck that are not a normal tarot card, and I want it to be true so that people can look up the cards if they want to later. I do it again because I don't feel like that was now. I messed everything up. This feels right. Okay. Oh, and Taro's here. King Arthur, as we like to call him. He blessed you with his presence. Hi, buddy. So what we have going for the past right now is we have the Ace of Wands, and that's in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, and then the Six of Wands. So there's been some hurdles. There's been an opportunity that was missed. This is interesting. I'm gonna say this is interesting only because my guides like just threw information at me. So your past wasn't really flowers and roses and daisies and roses. I don't know what that saying is. It wasn't great. There was a hurdle. There was a bump that you had to kind of overcome. Um a lot of emotional instability, so I'm getting a lot of crying, sadness. Not a heartbreak. There wasn't like a heartbreak, but like something that made you sad, like a disappointment, maybe bad news, something like that, if that makes sense. And it's interesting, and because the Ace of Wands is in reverse, so there was an opportunity that was going to come in, but it never did. Or you were planning on something happening, something new happening, and it never did. Maybe there was a complete miss. Maybe you were working on something and it just didn't pan out. And the victory card here shows me it was supposed to happen. Like, it wasn't supposed to work out for you, not now. And so everything happens for a reason. And it's interesting because the guides were like, my guides were telling me, like, this is bad, but they need to realize it didn't work out for a specific reason. So the victory card being here is because it wasn't meant to happen, not now. Maybe this wasn't the scenario that was supposed to work out. So a lot of you guys, if you feel defeated, if you feel sad, if you feel like there was some kind of a miss, that it just feels like that was supposed to be like have comfort in knowing that it wasn't meant to be for you at that point. And there's a reason for that. And it just hold on to that fact because your guys were like, yeah, we like you dodged a bullet or you dodged a situation that wasn't meant for you. Like it's gonna happen, but not the way that you expected, not the right timing, not the timing that you expect. So what is going on in the present? We have the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and then the Chariot. So this is kind of where this masquerader is coming from, hiding your true self projection. There's something going on currently that's just tough. It's very tough. I feel like Taurus right now is going through some tough. I'm just getting slammed with information. I'm trying to word in a way that isn't a negative because I don't like giving negative readings. I think that everyone goes through things that are very um normal and that you can get out of them, right? Like it's just life. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. Life is life. You can't make it any better, right? We have to learn our lessons. But there's just something working against you with whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest. And so you're just trying, I don't know if okay, you want something so bad that you're almost becoming the person that kind of pushes it away, if that makes sense. 10 of Wands, 10 is completion, right? But there's like a burden that you're carrying. And so you're projecting, like that's where the projection is coming from, really. And it's and okay, this makes more sense now. Okay, so the projection is coming from a person that you're becoming because of the situation. So you are making whatever you are becoming, you are identifying with your situation. I don't know how that makes sense. I'm trying to give you an example. Let's just say a victim of like abuse. That just becomes your identity. Not that you are a victim of abuse. I'm just trying to like you have an illness, so that illness becomes your identity and it's not who you are, and so you project that onto other people. And I think that's been a very tough experience for you. So I think there's something working against you because of that. I feel like because it's becoming your identity, people are trying to manipulate you, manipulate manipulate you to make you feel a certain way, whether it is anger, sadness, some kind of emotion. There's people working against you, and who you think is rooting for you isn't rooting for you. And so there's a lot of this stuff that you have to kind of keep to yourself, is another thing. But again, like your guides are coming in, which is what's crazy to me. And they're showing me momentum in whatever the situation is that you're manifesting. So there is momentum, but can you imagine if you kind of like just let go of that, and not identify as that situation, as your situation, and kind of just be yourself and just let go and let God, how much farther along you would be. So there's like some kind of hurdle happening right now in the present where I do get a sense that people are kind of maybe taking advantage of your situation right now or sabotaging you because they're talking behind your back. You tell them too much, something like that. Or maybe your emotion behind your current position, you're projecting that onto people. And so like there's like they have a bad taste in their mouth because of it. And it's all like laws of attraction, right? So your vibration isn't quite where it should be in order to receive whatever it is you really want. Because there's something here that you really, really want that it was a complete miss. Um, and there's sadness behind it because you really, I mean, it truly feels heartbreaking to me. So I don't know what that means to you guys because everyone's storyline is different, but that really truly meant a lot to you, and you're continuing down that path to try to get it, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in the future because this is it's heavy, but it's like one of those things like your guides are almost telling you that you have the good stuff coming, but there's this little in between that you need to get through, right? So we have the 8 of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the King of Swords, right? So again, like the futures, you're kind of in your own way still. And so like if you don't like what this looks like, right? This is where we can tweak some things. You are in your own way. I feel like people do end up taking advantage of you, advantage of your kindness, advantage of your situation, and you're like almost like trying not to see that. And so like you're like, okay, yeah, that's fine because I have other problems. I don't want to deal with it. And so like it is blocking. There's this energy is a block for anything good to come in or for your situation to change or shift to move. We do have the Knight of Cups, so someone coming in, something coming in emotionally. King of Swords. I get a sense that there is an energy of a shift coming in within the future of you kind of standing your ground and being more logical because right now I feel like there's a lot of emotions attached. And I think like as a Taurus you're more logical anyway, but right now like there's a lot of sadness and grief behind something that happened in the past. And so like in the future you are going to put your foot down, you're going to be more logical, you're going to be more like taking the lead and being in control of the situation, not letting the situation control you, which is beautiful. But there is a sense of like something emotionally coming in. Again, like in a positive sense. So where I had the Queen of Cups in reverse, I'm having the Knight of Cups upright. So I think there's something like emotionally, like your heart is going to be full. There's happiness within that. So that's something to look forward to. So whatever, and it gets gearing towards this past situation, then it's going to show up in the future. So like starting off either in December or the new year, there is an energy of like having that opportunity again and it being a good outcome and a new beginning, something coming in at love and like filling your heart and soul and just pure happiness, pure joy. And it's just the purity, like specifically the word purity within that. So it's there, but you're in your own way. And I think that just the sadness around it, the emotion around it is really kind of going to hold you back and delay it. Not saying that it will never come, but like if you just let go of that aspect and just like, I can't control my situation or my life outcomes. I know the sadness is there. I've grieved. I let it go. How quickly this situation will come to you is what would happen if you just let go. And so I know that's hard because we're human, trust me, I get it. I've been there, done that, I know that. But this is more of like a guidance. This is more of like your guides kind of giving you the right push, the right advice to kind of keep moving you forward so that you get to that place that you want to be. Because at the end of the day, your guides want you to succeed, right? So let's go ahead and pull last set of cards here from your guides that'll give us a little bit of advice, kind of move forward. Get us to the right, to be on our right foot for the new year. That feels right. Take a break. A life's work's not a season. Get off the treadmill. Take a break. Yep. I mean, it's all about letting go and releasing and being open. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but there's a person wading in the water with their arms open at the bottom there. And it's all about releasing that energy. It's all about just taking a break. Like, I think you want it so bad. And so it's hard for you to kind of walk away and like not do anything about it. I feel like you're the type of person that will keep pushing, 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 going, 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 moving forward. But like, just let it go. Like, breathe, relax. I think there's some things that are out of your control. Do what, do your best. And that's it. Not more than you need to. And it just like emotionally, I know it's hard because when something happens that is like making you grieve in that kind of way, to kind of just take a step back from that is a very hard thing to do because it kind of makes you feel like you aren't giving that enough attention and enough justice because of the situation was something that meant a lot, and you don't want that to be something that you kind of like ignore. And you're not ignoring it, you're just allowing that opportunity to come in again, and so that it could just kind of flourish instead of pushing it away. Because again, laws of attraction, I made a video about manifesting that kind of talks about that and like the push and pull of how like energy works, because we all, like, at the end of the day, the reason that these readings are here is to raise our vibration so that we can become closer to whatever like divinity that we believe in. Like, that's like the end goal for like our souls, I believe, and for these videos, right? So definitely take a minute and take all this in. I think there's a lot of beautiful things that are coming, and your guides keep telling you that it is just a matter of like you kind of like taking a step back and releasing some of that energy, that sadness, and just looking forward to the future, because it is still beautiful at the end of the day. Just you got to get out of your own way, you know? So if this reading did resonate, definitely like, subscribe so you don't miss another one of these. And thank you guys for coming back. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.